This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. And it reads, "But the day of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of power, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat." All right, Shalom. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. I'm back at you with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. Bible prophecy is in full effect, okay? And this image here is a theme from the video game Call of Duty, which was called Nuketown 2025, all right? And what year are we in? We are in 2023, okay? Which could really be all predictive programming, but nevertheless, every day we move closer to the destruction of Babylon the Great. All right, 2023, the hopeful year that all these prophecies come to pass. Okay, so hey, we really don't have much time left. Okay, as I said, Bible prophecy is in full effect. All right, Isaiah 13, which we're going to get into. All right, that chapter is speaking real heavy, you know. I just wanted to highlight some portions from that chapter. All right, but we're going to get into this lesson here, this video, which came out from Gravitas. It says Putin's biggest warning to the West. All right, so let's get into it. Lord willing, this lesson be edifying.
It is the 21st of February. In 3 days from now, the war in Ukraine will be completing a year of death, of destruction, of human misery. It is a war in which neither side appears on the verge of victory, and neither side appears ready to accept defeat. One could have said that there is a deadlock on the negotiating table, but the fact is that there is no negotiating table at all. So where really is this war headed? How will it play out in its second year? Could it escalate any further? Well, a speech that was made today may offer some answers. It was made by the leader who started this war, Vladimir Putin.
All right, and it's gonna get pushed further. All right, World War III. Okay, the War of Armageddon. All right, and all you naysayers, you doubters out there, you're gonna consider these prophecies perfectly in that time, man. All right, let's get that. Bear with me real quick. Okay. You're going to consider it perfectly. Okay, this is the book of Jeremiah chapter 23. And we're going to start at 18. Jeremiah 23 and 18, and it reads, it says, For who have stood in the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, and have perceived and heard his word? Who have marked his word and heard it? Behold, a whirlwind of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. All right, a whirlwind brings destruction. Even a grievous whirlwind, it shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. The anger of the Lord, Jeremiah 23 and 20, the anger of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days, ye shall consider it perfectly, man. All right. You scoffers, you doubters, all right, that don't believe, that think this is a joke, you're going to consider these prophecies perfectly in that time. Okay, the Lord is going to execute his will. Isaiah 55:11. Isaiah 55:11, and it reads, it says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So the Lord's words will be executed. Prophecy is happening. All right. We are close to that time, man. All right. Lord willing, this thing be done this year, the next year, or the year after, man. All right. But the point is that a time is drawing near. All right. For the closure of Babylon the Great. All right.
And this afternoon, he appeared before his countrymen to deliver a State of the Nation address and talk about the next phase of this war. In attendance were hundreds of Russian government officials, oligarchs, journalists. Russian citizens watched the speech on their TV screens at home.
A parent's worst fear is to...
Salakia, let's let this pass.
This was Putin's first big speech since March 2022, and it came just a day after Joe Biden's address in Kiev on Monday, in which the American leader promised to stand with Volodymyr Zelensky for as long as it takes. And turns out his remarks were not entirely lost on the Russian president. President Putin began with a stunning shocker. He announced that Russia would suspend its participation in the nuclear treaty with the United States. The New START treaty signed in Prague in 2010. The name START comes from the original Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty. It caps the number of strategic warheads which both the military superpowers, the US and Russia, can deploy. And Putin says he is done with those caps, because the West just cannot stop crawling into Moscow's strategic nuclear objectives. Exact words spoken.
Right. So this thing is going to escalate. All right. Into World War III. And he's done. OK, as it tells you in prophecy. All right. Let's get that real quick. No more reasoning. No more negotiations, man. OK, Babylon will fall to the Medes, the Russians. Isaiah 13 and 17. All right. And it reads, it says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver. And as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So there's not going to be any treaties, man. There's not going to be any diplomacy. OK, the talks of war now. All right. It's all war. OK, this is the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Proverbs 21:1. All right. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and he turneth it whithersoever he will. All right. So there's no more talks. There's no more negotiations trying to, come up with treaties and reasonings, man. This is it. All right. This thing is going down. Thus saith the scriptures. Verse 18, their bows also shall dash the young men into pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. All right. Those missiles, man. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. Fire and brimstone is going to rain upon Babylon, America. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, because once the Lord finishes this place off, all right, this place is going to be a complete desert full of unclean animals. All right, there's not going to be any remembrance of this place. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, right? And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged, right? Her time is near to come. Okay? Everything is spiritual, man. Okay? It is even at the doors, right?
Have a look.
They can't be silly people. They want to deliver a strategic defeat while crawling into our strategic nuclear objects. Regarding this, I have to say that Russia suspends its participation in New START treaty. Let me repeat, Russia does not abandon the treaty but suspends its participation. Before resuming the discussion of this treaty, we must first understand what do such countries of North Atlantic Alliance as France and Great Britain aspire, and how will we take their strategic arsenals into account.
And next, Vladimir Putin spoke about the West's condescension towards others, how it looks down upon countries which differ from its worldview, how badly it treats non-Europeans, and how Russians, despite spending so much money in Western countries, despite their wealth and titles, still remain second class for the West. Watch this now.
Yes, everyone has a choice. Some prefer to live till the end of their life in a seized mansion with their accounts blocked. Some will try to find a place in an attractive Western capital or resort or some other warm place abroad. Anyone has the right to do that. We do not even interfere with that. But it is already high time to understand that for the West, these people were and remain second-class aliens with whom they can do whatever they want. Neither money nor connections nor titles they have bought, counts, peers and mayors will help in any way. They must realize that they are second-rate over there.
And then he spoke about the conflict, how it did not start due to his decision to send tanks to Ukraine, but due to the West's never-ending quest for world domination. Due to the West's attempts of gaining unlimited power in global affairs. Listen to this.
Those who planned a new attack against Donetsk, against Donbass, Luhansk, they understood very well that attack on Crimea and Sevastopol were their next step. And we knew it, we saw it, and now in Kiev, they talk openly about such far-reaching designs. They have opened up. They revealed what we knew very well anyway. We protect people's lives, our homeland, and the West's goal is unlimited power.
Hey.
Slovakia. Let this pass.
And lastly, in his most important message to the NATO and the West, Putin proclaimed that Russia cannot be defeated. Not diplomatically, not in the information war, and definitely not on the battlefield.
Yep, Russia cannot be defeated. Okay? And the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai has turned Russia into that powerhouse. Right? Real quick. Ezekiel 38. Okay? Gog and Magog. All right, straight to the point. Ezekiel 38:3, it says, "And say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. And I will bring, and the Lord has put that Soviet Union, all right, spirit back into Russia, all right. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, all right. So Russia possesses the technology, the missiles, the army, and the force. All right. And this is the Lord stirring up war. Okay. Isaiah 42 and verse 13, real quick. Okay. It's Isaiah 42 and verse, bear with me, Isaiah 42 and verse 13, and it reads, "The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war." All right, Yahweh Shemel Shai is a man of war. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. Verse 14, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now I will cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. Right? This is the spirit that's upon these nations, man. Okay? Russia is going to be the force that's going to take out this beast, this system. I will make waste mountains and hills and dry up all their herbs. I will make the rivers islands and will dry up the roots. And how is the Lord going to do that? Through nuclear destruction, man. Okay? You should consider these prophecies perfectly, man. Okay? Bible prophecy is being executed, right?
He said no matter how much the West tries to threaten Russia's existence, the country will bounce back, undeterred and indomitable.
The Western elites do not conceal their goals. As they say, it's a direct quote, to bring Russia a strategic defeat. What does it mean? What is it for us? It means to end us once and for all. It means they plan to turn a local conflict into a global confrontation. We understand it exactly like that. We will react to it accordingly. This is because, in this case, it is about the very existence of our country. However, they can't but be aware that Russia cannot be defeated on the battlefield, so they conduct more and more aggressive information attacks against us.
Now, what do we make of these remarks? Well, to start with, this speech made one thing absolutely clear, that this conflict is going to extend further because Russia is in no mood to back down. And secondly, decision makers in Western capitals will now have to negotiate better. Their current attempts have failed. And number three, the West needs to stop speaking from a position of strength and start looking at this as a war of equals. And I say this because the collective might of Western countries has failed to yield any concessions from Russia. If anything, it has only strengthened Putin's resolve. Perhaps the West needs to reconsider how it looks at this war and realize the full potential of the enemy that it is facing. If it is still not convinced, then perhaps it should look at some recent developments and gauge the people's mood in Europe. Reports say Biden's visit to Poland has fueled further skepticism among the people. Skepticism that the West's stubbornness will prolong this crisis. And they say they have lost faith in Joe Biden and his ability to end this conflict. You must listen to these voices.
I hope Biden's visit will change something, because I'm afraid it might not change a lot. Putin is Putin, and he's not afraid of anything and anyone. What can Biden do? I think he's already been doing a lot. Just like us, we do a lot as well. We help them. But what can he do? I don't know. It's a tough question because, as I said, I think it will not change much when it comes to Putin's attitude to this whole situation.
There you go. Nothing's going to change, all right? This is the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. Bible prophecy, you know? So, hey, we in that time. Okay, World War III draws near. Let's wrap it up with this. Okay, Isaiah 9:5, and it reads, Isaiah chapter 9 verse 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." All right, that's it, man. All right, Russia's not playing. The nations are being gathered. They're testing the missiles. North Korea testing missiles. All right. Flexing their arm, their power against Babylon, America. All right. Let the weak say that I'm strong. All right. So this is what's happening. All right. So, hey, we there, man. Lord willing, hey, this be the year where it all takes off. Call halayim la Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. Shalom.